Thank you. Works.
Over to you.
So my name is Emil. I work for Netnod. I've been there for 3.5 years now. Regardless of my title, I am not going to be talking any technical stuff. I'm probably just going to talk about business stuff. It will be not boring, but it's not going to be any technical things. So basically, a brief introduction to Netnod. We have been in the industry for a long time. We just recently established Helsinki. We have in the Nordics over 2 terabytes of traffic every day. In general, don't quote me on that because I think Huggy will find out and say it's not. It's 1.8. Yes, last Thursday. We have 200 plus connected ASNs, 100% uptime, and we build things a little bit different than most other IXs. So Helsinki was launched in March. It is present at 3 POPs. So it's Helsinki Pasila, the old broadcasting tower. Equinix, we are on 7, but we have interconnects between 6 and 7, as you should know. And we are on Telia Helsinki. So we at Netnod build our IX platform a bit different than most. The service that we sell you is a redundant service, and we have 2 separate switch fabrics for each IX. So even if you buy a single connection, you will have dual VLANs. And one of the VLANs will be primarily located on a blue switch or a green switch. So, but if you buy the redundant setup, you will actually get 2 physical ports to 2 physical fabrics that are separated with different fibers between them. So that way we say that we have 100% uptime because never in our lifetime has both blue and green switch been down at the same time in a specific IX. So that is a bit different than most do it. So don't be confused if you order and you get 2 VLANs for MTU90K in Helsinki. We do interconnection in the whole of Nordics. We do both remote peering for our customers, so we can be connected in Helsinki and get a port for Stockholm and peer there. We also do VDM between all sites, and we do shaped ports. Shaped ports are exactly what it says. It is by 100G ports, subscribe to utilizing 20 gigs, and just go up in increments. I don't have. It's marketing material. So this is your basically Netnod port can bring you from Helsinki or Stockholm or Oslo to any other of our sites. So you can go from Stockholm to Copenhagen, Helsinki to Copenhagen, vice versa. And you can get Gothenburg, Oslo, Sundsvall, Luleå, Helsinki, Stockholm, from everywhere. I have no idea what the idea was. Yeah, this is the. So it's not me made these slides, so I have to look at the cheat sheet here. We have a special offer for all people who connect in Helsinki that you can go remote to Stockholm. So you get 6 months of, as it says on the slide, you will get 6 months of remote IX at 50% discount, so you can try it out. We also have a special offer for Netnod Helsinki to get people coming there. We do 1 port up to 100G, and you have no monthly fee or setup fee, and that's free of charge for a whole year. So please reach out to any of our sales guys or sales at netnod.fi, and they will set you up. Router Support Foundation is something that we have been along for 2 years now, I think, Job? 1 or 2 years? And the Router Support Foundation is primarily there to build out the ecosystem of the available softwares that we can use as a router. Primarily before, there was only Bird that you can run. We were looking into going for GoBGPD, but there was some scaling issue with GoBGPD. Then Job took up the OpenBGPD through RSSF, and we have been actively promoting there. And on that note, we actually went live with OpenBGPD in Helsinki last week, running. Oh, this is not the updated slides. Actually, these are the old slides. But it's fine. Basically, the only thing we changed was the XXX to 7.4, which is the latest release of OpenBGPD that was released yesterday. And it is available in the Looking Glass at lg.netnod.se. So for you guys who likes looking at things running, we have OpenBGPD running. It is running on Debian Linux, so it's a portable version. It's not running on OpenBSD. Next up is European Peering Forum. That is the annual event that is co-hosted by AM6, DKX, Lynx, and Netnod. This time it's going to be in Rome, and the registration opened yesterday, if I recall right. It is the 12th to 14th of September. So Netnod is actually 3 parts of the company. We have the IX part that we've been talking about. There is also the DNS part, and the third part we're coming to. So we have a global DNS Anycast network setup with over 70 sites around the world, where we provide secondary DNS for a lot of customers, and we do CCTLD too. We have been one of the iRoot servers for over 30 years. So we are the only one we are only one in Scandinavia running an iRoot. We are here in Helsinki. We've been here for a long time. We are now established connected, of course, to our own Helsinki IX. Yep. So the third leg of Netnod is time and frequency. That is basically how do you get secure time and accurate time. Netnod has been tasked by the Swedish PTS, which is the regulatory section of Swedish government, saying you are responsible for delivering the Swedish time. So we do this through a whole set of racks at 6 locations in Sweden, where we actually have cesium clocks running, and then converting that into PTP, NTP, and NTS. So yeah, redundant clocks, cesium clocks, NTP, NTS. We also we are one of the developers of NTS, was one of the first that actually have an implementation running as a production site. We write quite a lot of white papers and best practices regarding time, because we have people in our company who's actually really dedicated to doing time. I don't understand those people, but they are really good at doing time. We also provide PTP services for example, 5G networks in Sweden. So since they have to have equal frequencies, we deliver time to them. And we have been lacking quite a lot on this kind of thing. Netnod has never had a customer portal for being such an old IX. So for 2.5 years ago, I started doing a project like how hard can it be to do a web portal? It was really hard. So since we have all these 3 legs of our company, we can't be using like IXP Manager that most IXs use to do a nice working portal, because IXP Manager does not translate into DNS or NTP, as you can understand. So we had to build everything our own. So what we did was basically looked at where do we have data, how can we correlate data, and that's a big problem, because the CRMs are not meant to handle technical data, as you can imagine. Technical platforms like Netbox are not good at handling customer data, and salespeople do not want to work in Netbox. So what we had to do was build everything to the glue between them, and we finally actually got that working maybe 1.5 years ago. So now we actually have a common API view that aggregates up both CRM data, technical data, Prometheus for statistics, and so on. So at this moment, we are going, within a few weeks, doing a friendly user testing. So we're going to invite like 5 or 6 companies to actually have the first look at it, where you can do like basic things. You can do traffic lights, bit errors, invoices and contracts, and easy access to technical details, like what is my IP number for this VLAN on this service. What we are looking into, as for everyone else, is doing upgrade of ports or the new services, and we are open to suggestions for what you want to have in a web portal to do, because we are not the customers. We want to listen to you guys that what you are actually needing for it to have. So since these slides were actually removed before, but basically it was first steps, the progress, the tweaking, and where we are now. We did this presentation at the Netnod meeting in a long talk, actually just talking about the customer portal. I blame Aksu for having these. So quick recap of Netnod. We are a neutral internet infrastructure organization. We are all nerds. Even my CEO is an old network engineer, which is one of the only ones I can think about where you have a CEO who is a network engineer and knows what you're talking to. So I can go to him and ask him stupid questions about BGP or ISIS. We are one of the largest. We are the largest IXP operator in the Nordics. There are others, Fikix, for example. We do a managed iRoutes, one of 13, as I said, and we do DNS and time and frequency. We are not a what is the name? The Swedish name is we are not a non-profit. We are a commercial entity, but we are owned by a non-profit. So pretty much all the money goes back into us when we do, for example, outreach and NTS, NTP, all of this stuff. We don't make that much money on them, so we actually take money that we get back to invest back into NTS and do good stuff for the internet and sponsor NOGs. That's a bit about Netnod.
Thank you very much. Were there any slides you'd like us to replay?
No, there was no updates. It was just removals of slides that was not meant for you. So it's fine.
Any?
That's fine.
Yeah. Any questions? Then we'll go for coffee early again. Do we want to just come back in half an hour? Yeah. I think we're slightly ahead of schedule, so. Yeah, I think we could try to stay a bit ahead of schedule. So, see you all back at 3:20. Thank you. Yes,